Okay, guys, everybody, welcome to our team training. We are Wednesday night in it tonight. I'm going to mute you folks out. And so I'm excited to have you guys all here and do this with us tonight. So, I really just kind of wanted to go back to, and for those of you that are new, wanted to just kind of go back to Facebook posting type stuff, right? And I think that, Facebook is always changing the algorithms too. So maybe even a training I just did 3 months ago, things have changed since then, right? Overall basic concept stays the same, but maybe how you go about things might change. And so what I want to start with is kind of the basic rules too, right? So the basic rules when it comes to posting for your Zingular business is don't mention the word Zingular. Okay. Now, and I'll tell you too that other people might feel different ways. This is the way I'm training. Okay. And the reason that I say don't use the word Zingular in your post is because you want things to be curious. You want people to be curious. You want people to come to you and ask you what it is that you're doing. And you don't want them to go off to Google and Google it and go buy from somebody else. Okay. I love saying my system or the X system or whatever, right? But basic concept is that you want to keep people curious about what it is. Now, everybody has a different way to that. This is the way that I do it. Okay. So that's the first thing. And guys, really, we're going to talk at the end of this too about becoming you. But I want to say too is that for me, it's really, really important that you don't mention the name Zingular in becoming you, because that is a really big group of people that may have gotten added in that don't even really have a relationship much with the person that's added them in. I mean, I totally add big time cold contacts in there, and I don't want them going off and buying from somebody else at all because they go and look it up and they're like, I don't know anybody here, so I'm going to go and order directly from the company, right? I want them to ask and then they can get hooked up with me. So that's part of the reason that we do that in Becoming You, and that pin post in Becoming You talks about it, okay? So anyhow, that's the first thing. Second thing is, and we're going to just talk about your personal profile. So second thing is that I truly believe that you should take like a 90-10 approach. Okay. So 90% of the posting that you do on your Facebook profile should be about you, your life, value, entertainment, questions, just basic engagement. Okay. The other 10% should be business, product, detox, whatever related. Okay. That's general rules of how you should be posting. And the reason is that you don't want to just be constant. I love my stuff. I love my stuff. I love my stuff. Look at this before and after, blah, 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 right? You just don't want to be doing that. You also don't want to be posting too many times a day. Most of the trainers that I'm following, and I have seen this myself in my own engagement on my own page, is that you shouldn't really be posting more than 2 times per day. 3 really be in the max, and that's not on a regular basis. So let's say if you have a really busy weekend, or like it was the holidays, or you're on vacation and you're posting 3 or 4 times a day because you've got a lot going on and it's really exciting and you're showing people, that's kind of different. Okay. That's not your everyday method of operation. Your everyday method of operation should be 1 to 2 good posts per day that get really good engagement. Okay. And when I started doing that a couple of months ago, because I was doing, like the 3 to 4 posts per day, like 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 at night, whatever. That's how we used to coach. I saw a dramatic decrease in my engagement on my posting. And the reason is because Facebook was really trying to limit people doing business on personal profiles. Okay. And if you want to really think about it, people that aren't doing business on Facebook don't post 3 to 4 times a day consistently. Okay. They might post 3 times one day, none the next, whatever, right? And so that's why if you post 1 or 2 times a day and they both get really good engagement, you'll see those posts coming back and back and back around, right? So you want to do that. And let me show you an example of something, because I've been doing this, and I will have posts that come back up and people comment on again from like 3 days ago. Okay. I was going to shout out my new girl, but I needed to ask her a question. So let me go to this page. Okay. So let's go to my page. And you will notice right now too, I am posting way more about our wellness system than I ever do. And the reason is because I'm doing a detox, but the way that I have it set up is accountability. Okay. So I'm just going to say that, you guys that have been paying attention. Okay. So here's one of these detox posts, right? But so here's the one that I did on day 1. And day 2. We've got 107 interactions, right? And 35 comments. And I just had a comment yesterday. Okay. Yesterday morning, there was another comment too, right? And these are people that are not, like, some of them I don't even really know. So that's pretty cool, right? So it's getting flipped back around. And you will see that is if you have one good post per day, you'll see it continually come back up, right? Okay. So let's talk about what are good posts. A good post is Facebook Live. You know, I had to say it, but they get the most engagement, period. Lacey's going to eventually do a Facebook Live. We're going to get her to do one. A good post is a question post. Okay, so Lacey did a post yesterday, I think, that she said, like, oh my God, I totally hate folding my laundry. What house chore do you hate the most, or whatever, right? And those kind of posts get so much engagement. She's got a lot of good engagement on that. So that's like a regular life thing, right? That people can relate to. But you're also asking a question. You're asking people to engage. Okay. Guys, when you put an emoji in your post, you get 33% more engagement than that post would get without an emoji. It's crazy. I mean, and like, I'm that person, like, I hated freaking emojis, but I use them now because I know it's going to drive engagement. The color block, right? So when these things right here, these get around 20 to 30% more engagement than just a regular text post would. And that's because it's a Facebook thing and they like it. And so they're going to push it forward. So if you've got a question post like that, like Lacey had, you could do it like this with an emoji and get more engagement with it, right? Facebook's going to put it out there in the feed more. Or you do a picture, right? So I've done these before, like a picture of my pile of clean laundry, and, asked a question, hey, does anybody else's living room look like this, right? Another trick that I've learned recently is when somebody comments on your post, obviously you want to reply to their comment, okay? Because that's pushing it back around. That's engagement. That's what Facebook wants to see. They want to see that people like what you're doing and you're interacting with people. It's a social platform, right? You're being social. But you want to tag them in it, right? So their name here, right? When you respond. And what that does is that throws it in her timeline. Okay? So Katie commented on mine. I was like, oh my God, Katie, totally, right? And now that's in Katie's timeline. So when you do that, you will get people coming to you just because they've seen something on somebody else's timeline that might not be friends with you. I've got a conversation going right now on somebody that reached out to me on one of my detox accountability posts that I'm not friends with at all, but is friends with somebody that I don't even really know that well that happened to comment on one of my things, right? So it popped up in his feed. She saw it. What is that? What's going on? She sent me a cold message, right? So think about that. So what are some other post ideas? So I would encourage you all, when you're doing an 8-day challenge or you have people doing an 8-day challenge, to chronicle your 8-day. You don't have to do it every day, right? And you don't have to do what I'm doing, whatever. But not doing a post that looks like you're trying to sell a product goes a long way, right? And literally, I love this accountability post thing because truly I'm coming to it from a place of like, I wanted to hold myself accountable because it's been a long time since I've done a true on 8-day detox. I'm really, really good at doing the 4 and 5 day. And that's because exactly this, right? You get to day 3 and you're like down 6 pounds. You're like, awesome. I'm going to celebrate with a cocktail this weekend, right? So one, I wanted to keep the accountability, but two also is that I wanted to show people what we were doing, but without asking them to comment if they want more information. And I think you need to think about that sometimes, is when you're doing a post about the product or the opportunity or whatever it might be, or the detox or one of your people, that you don't always say, message me if you want some more information, or drop a hey below if you want to find out how I lost the weight, right? Because that makes people feel like you're trying to sell something. Now, I'm not saying that occasionally it's not good to do that. Occasionally you want to ask people, right? But I would say 9 out of your 10 posts, you don't want to do that. You just want people to be curious about what it is. You don't want people to think that you're just automatically trying to sell to them. Ooh. Let me, Crystal, got her. Okay. What are some other good ideas for posts? So anything with your children. People love children and pets. Okay. People love motivational quotes. Now, you don't want to make your timeline everything motivational, but motivational quotes are really fun. People like that a lot. Oh, that's so funny, Heather. It really was you trying to get me to accept your request for a year. On tagging people in posts, don't tag people in posts all the time. One thing on this is that if you're tagging people on a post that doesn't have people in that picture, and you know how smart Facebook is, right? Too, they recognize the faces on pictures, and so sometimes they automatically tag people, right? Or they suggest the tag. But if you tag people that aren't in a picture, Facebook thinks that you're, again, trying to sell things, right? And so don't tag a whole lot of people all the time. It's okay occasionally to tag people. And so like when Lacey shouted out Regan, she tagged Regan, and I don't know, maybe she tagged Heather or something like that too, right? But here's an example, right? I did tag my husband and my in-laws in this post, but I'm talking about them, right? You don't always want to be tagging people though, so think about that. Okay. Here's another good example of have your profile settings to where you have to approve things that go on your timeline. Because I don't know about you guys, but I get tagged in a whole lot of stuff by a whole lot of people. And you don't want a bunch of other people's crap on your timeline. And so this wine exchange thing was going around like mad. And I probably got tagged in like 10 of them. I let this one go through because I want to be a part of this one and I think it's fun and I drink wine. But the rest of them, I declined and I removed the tag. And I don't know if I have any right now that are up for review, and I would show you how to do that. But that's a kind of probably a different training too. But just keep that in mind. Okay, so that's kind of the basics of all that I wanted to talk about on your personal profile. Now I want to move on to, let's talk about becoming you. Okay. And the same idea of mixing things up when it comes to your personal profile, I want you to keep in mind when it comes to becoming you. And obviously, becoming you is our testimony page. Okay. And so, yes, there will be a lot of before and afters there. But you want people to come there and feel like they're getting more than just before and afters. You want them to be motivated, to feel like they're part of a community, right? Like this that Heather did today. That has nothing to do with weight loss, right? But people loved it. Look, 45 people wanted to see what's it going to do, right? This post that's about the poo and the toxins, I mean, people want to know, what is it that we're doing? Obviously this is, something that you guys want to make sure that you come in and comment on, because you want to bump that back up. It's good stuff. Okay. So here's my posts, for those. One of my girls that just did that. Regan's here has gotten good interaction, right? This is motivational stuff. The recipes, I was trying to find Winona's, come on, spaghetti squash. There you go. Right? Things like this, guys. Show people what it is to be a part of this community and to be on products, right? And to eat the way that we eat and do that kind of lifestyle, right? Show them the whole picture. I think that's really, really, really important. When we do that and people engage on these, it gets in their feed more too, okay? So your friends aren't going to necessarily see what's going on in becoming you if you're not in there posting and commenting. It's you posting and commenting that drives that up into their news feed for them to see, right? Because then they see, oh, Andrea just put something in becoming you, or Andrea just commented on whatever. And they might not notice that it's even part of a group. All they notice is that I posted something or I commented on something that happened to be something that they thought was interesting. Okay. So the more interaction and the more engagement that goes on in becoming you, the more it gets in front of your people. Okay. Heather, you got anything you want to add to that?
To posting, I agree with everything that you said. I was going to cover some other topics, but do you want me to cover them now or?
Just a second, because I wanted Lacey to cover something for us too really quick. So I'll come back to you. Lacey.
Remind me, what was I going to cover?
Were you watching Troy dance? No, sorry.
I'm trying to quit. Can you see my red cheeks right now?
I wanted you to talk about what you noticed from an insights perspective when you were looking at the insights in becoming you.
I was looking at the insights through becoming you and looking at the posts that are getting the kind of pretty well what Andrea just said, but the before and afters are definitely not getting the interaction at all. Just like she had said, the recipes, the questions, that's where it's at. And then, I mean, because like Winona, for example, she has 2 posts in there. And she had way more interaction than 90% of the other posters did, off of her 2 posts. She had a picture of vitamins and she had a picture of her spaghetti squash. Yeah. And it just developed, it got way more interaction on it is all. So that was just about it.
Yeah. And you guys,
was that all, Andrea?
Yeah. And if you guys haven't, and this post too, right? This is the when you first add people in. Oh man, that vitamin cabinet post of yours, Winona. I wanted to remind people about that. That was such a great post, right? So many people can relate to that. And the reason that it was a good post is because it was the real deal. It was her, right? The reason that my posts about my detox right now are getting good engagement is because it's the real deal me, right? So don't forget to post about your story, your life, how it's affecting your family, whatever it might be. Now, I know, I mean, obviously, for us to keep up the posting on before and afters in there, we pull before and afters from other groups that aren't us. But don't forget to share your own life and your own story and what's going on in there, right? And on your profile, too. That's what people want to see. I don't do a whole lot of before and afters on my timeline, on my personal profile. Occasionally I will. I did one of Heather's recently, right? Because it was just really good, you know, and I know Heather and just whatever, right? And I felt like people could really relate to that.
But I think too, Andrea,
yeah.
when posting the before and afters on your page, I know I've used Heather's too, but I think the fact that like you can do it and you can tag them,
right?
Then it takes the fakeness away.
I agree. And so if you've got new team members that have a good, you know, testimony, that's is a good one to use to yours. Again, guys, the before and afters, that's what Becoming You is for, right? Is that testimony. But I will tell you that the before and afters on your timeline isn't what's going to sell the kit for you. Now, it might get some interaction occasionally, but that's where you need to have those people in Becoming You and be active in Becoming You and be you and who you are and share your story and your life on your timeline. Okay, Heather, give us the rest of the training that you want to do. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to touch base with you guys real quickly. I don't know if you saw the updated post about the holiday cash giveaway. The pot is up $25,000. $25,000. Are you kidding me?
It's awesome.
And as of right now, here, you guys might want to get a pen and piece of paper. I wrote it down. There is a post in Getting Healthy Already. But as of right now, there'll be one $5,000 giveaway. This is for people that order an Ignite kit or higher this month. Our team-wide, underneath Cynthia Evans, we're an umbrella to her. You have to pay the $50 if you're already a distributor to get in there. Here's the blanket new rule that they've decided. If they join in the month of December and you, the member that signed that person up, has paid your $50, that new person gets to enter their new people into the drawings as well. So they don't have to go and pay the $50 anymore. But anyway, so one $5,000 giveaway, two I think $2,500 giveaways, 10 $1,000 giveaways, and 10 $500 giveaways. I think that's the total that we have right now. You guys have to promote that big as well. That's for anyone. There's a great post going around. If you know someone that's in the company that you look up to, go to their timeline. They're most likely umbrellaed underneath Cynthia Evans. There's some great verbiage going around. The second thing that I wanted to touch on with you guys is in Becoming You lately, I have personally just been tagging my direct people that have people underneath them that ask for information. And I just got to thinking today how that may look. And I just want to clarify for all of you guys. No, I don't think your people aren't inactive anymore. I love each and every single one of you the same. I'm just tagging the directs so the directs is looped into what is going on within their, you know, I don't know who all has full-time jobs. I don't know who all is helping other people throughout the day. And so for me, I just blanket myself and tag the direct that I know that is working this as a business. I'm going to do a better job and start screenshotting those when I have time to the people that I know are still active. But I want to make sure you guys know that that is a heart, like, every single one of you are important to me. You guys aren't a number to me. You aren't a manager, a gold manager, a distributor, a member, whatever. You guys are human beings to me. And I mean, my life's been blessed by each and every single one of you. So I would never, ever, ever want anyone to think that I don't feel like you're doing enough, because that's the whole reason that we branched out to our own team, because we wanted character. We wanted integrity. We wanted to make sure that everyone was getting back to the person that added them to the group, and that no one was getting passed up. Even if, you know what, Andrea just wanted to work one day out of the month for her business this month, that's Andrea's prerogative. This is her business. This is her way of doing anything. And I'm not going to step on anyone's toes or anyone's foot to go around someone to get someone information. I think that's bad business in my opinion. So I just want to clarify on that. Don't think that I'm ever discrediting you if I don't tag you directly. I was trying to speed up the process, and I feel like I offended some people in the process of it, and I would never, ever, ever, ever want to do that. So again, if you're new to our team, I want to just touch the basis. If you're in the testimony page, go to members. Facebook has changed. When you go to new members, you have to click, sometimes you have to scroll down just a little bit farther, and you have to click by join date, members by join date instead of default. When you do it by join date instead of that default button, Andrea, go down just a little bit underneath all members, a little bit farther to that, to the right. Yeah, right there where it says default under all members. Do you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead and click join date. That's going to bump everyone that was added today to our page, you guys. That's going to be the quickest way for most people to find someone. Or you can type in their name. Someone had said that Facebook had changed. You couldn't see who added people. You can. It hasn't changed that much anymore. There was like a little discrepancy that the admin that approved the person, it tagged them. So I always check mutual friends as well to make sure that I'm getting them back to the person that truly did add them there, because I want to go above and beyond for each and every single one of you. I don't want anyone to ever think that anyone in our group would take someone from another person, because I know the hearts of every single person in here, and I know that I can have every single one of your guys' backs that know that integrity comes first here. So that's how you check to see who added who. So if one of us haven't gotten to it and you've seen someone ask for information and you're near a computer, then please go help us out. And that's the other part of this. We lean on each other, because I don't want any of you guys tied to your computer 24 hours a day, 7 hours a week. You know, we all have different life needs and life expectations. We all have different things going on in our life. And you know what? If you have $1 million dream and $1 million work ethic and no family and no kids or anything like that, then go for it. But for the people that are doing this for more free time with their family, then no, I don't ask that out of any of you. And I want you guys to know that, and sincerely from the bottom of my heart, you aren't that. We're going to walk with you if you want to walk. We're going to hold your hand if you want to hold your hand. You want to sprint to the top of the company? We're going to help you get there as well. So I just wanted to clarify on that as well, on the whole tagging instances in our group pages, because we are growing so quickly. There are new people coming in daily. So I thought that was a good thing that we touched on that again. Just like Andrea said, you guys, people have to know you're still doing this business. Yes, I've gotten away from, posting a ton of before and afters on my Facebook profile, because I want people to know who I am. I don't want to brand Zingular. I want to brand me and add Zingular into the mix with it, right? So with that being said, make sure, if you have a passion for decorating, you have a passion for cooking, you have a passion for, rodeo world or showing hogs or pigs or whatever the case may be, give people all dimensions of yourself. Because that's who people want to hear from. They don't want to, I said this in a video a long time ago when I first started doing live videos. Don't forget who you are because you joined a network marketing company. I am telling you, that will get you unfollowed faster than anything in the world. I feel so sorry for people that cram their Facebook wall with their network marketing mumbo jumbo, and used to they had all these post engagements. Now no one's liking or commenting on any of their stuff, and it breaks my heart that their friends aren't supporting them. But I also know they're throwing up all this stuff all over everyone. So if you're new, don't do it. Take it from someone that's been in here 2-3 years that we know. We wish we wouldn't have made the mistakes that we had made in the past. So that's what I wanted to add. Get on the Christmas promos. The little bit of momentum that you're getting right now sets you up for the upcoming year, which is our busiest months of the year. But also, don't base that on that. There are 7.3 billion people in the world. We only have 50,000 Zingular accounts. So go start talking to people. Go make new friends. Lacey has had a ton of success just by posting in little small groups around her area. You guys can do that too. You have to build your social network if you are solely going to work this business from a computer. So that's what I have, Andrea. Sorry, I was long-winded.
No, I think it was great. I was glad that you brought up the cash giveaway that had changed. So we thought about that. That was good. I think it's great, guys. The other thing, if you guys have one of your posts on your timeline or whatever, or you put a post to Becoming You that's a personal post, or one of your new people put a post to Becoming You, guys, let me see if I can use the Heart of Heather's chat, right? This is a good thing for this chat. Drop in, hey, get a little love on my post, or I just went live, give me some love, or whatever, right? This is what I call an engagement group, right? I mean, like, use that chat for that, right? Drop things in there. That's what we're all here for, right? Is to love on each other. And one thing that will make someone new so unmotivated to share is they come in here to the testimony page where they feel like they're going to have a lot of love and friends, and they share something personal and nobody comments. Okay? So when you see something of somebody's personal stuff in there, guys, jump on it, right? And if you see one of your new people has a post in there that people haven't been engaging on, drop it in that Heart of Heather's, right? Use that chat, guys, to get people to interact with it. That's it. Lacey, anything? Okay. Anybody have questions at all? I'm trying to see. It's because I got the share on. Let me stop the share and I can see your comments. If you've got anything. If you got anything, holla out, raise your hand, something like that. Any questions? Got a good group on tonight. I think we might start looking at trying to do it a different night of the week than Sundays. I'll be honest, Sundays are really, really tough for me. I went with Sundays because that's originally after we moved it was a Thursday night. When we moved it, that was what more people wanted. But it's tough for me to do it on Sundays, but I'm happy to stay on Sundays if that's what we want. So here's probably what I will do is drop a poll in Becoming More and see what people want. So Chandra, do you have a question?
I do.
What's
What
up?
is the difference between a health savings account and the flexible spending account?
Flexible spending. So I'm going to